Hi, I'm Angie, and yeah, today I knew that I wanted to make a filling for our chocolate bonbons, but I didn't really know what I wanted to make. And then I thought about a video that I made a couple of weeks ago about a key lime pie, and then I thought, well, how about a strawberry cheesecake filling? And so that's what we're going to make today, a strawberry cheesecake filling for our chocolate bonbons. I'm really excited. I've never tried it before. I was just looking for like a random recipe online, and yeah, we're just giving it a try and see how it works out. Is there anything else you need to know? Oh yeah, maybe one thing. So we are making 3 layers. So one is a strawberry jam, that's what we start with. Then we make the cheesecake filling, and then we also make a crust. So yeah, 3 layers in one bonbon. So yeah, I'm excited. Let's do this. Oh, and I forgot one more thing that I should have mentioned. We're not only making chocolate bonbons today, we're actually also making the cheesecake, because the quantity is just way too much for our bonbons alone. So I will separate like little quantities from the cheesecake, and that's what I'm going to use for the filling, but we're also making the cheesecake. Okay, let's do this. I will be using my mixer a lot today. So I'm using a Vitamix Professional Series 750, just in case you're interested, and because we're going to use it a lot. I will start making our puree. So here I have 680 grams of berries. Originally I only wanted to make a strawberry cheesecake, but I bought 2 less, and that's why you also see some blueberries in there. Now you need a tablespoon of cornstarch and 2 tablespoons of any kind of syrup. And now we're going to mix this until it's very smooth, and you can also sieve it through if you don't want those like little kernels in your jam later. So that's done, and now we cook our jam for 20 to 25 minutes. Let it slightly simmer, and then we need to cool it down before we pipe it. Let's move on to our crust. I have 90 grams of rolled oats here. They're also mixed with a little bit of flax seeds. And I have 112 grams of raw almonds, a pinch of salt in between, and I will also add 5 tablespoons of coconut oil, but of course you can also use butter. And then we will mix everything again well together until it's like a fine meal. I just preheated my oven to 350 degree Fahrenheit because we will bake the crust now. So first I spray my baking dish, so it later doesn't stick too crazy. And so now this is important. You really need to press it down really well until you have a really nice and even layer. And we bake this for about 20 minutes. Just in case you want to know what size my baking dish is, this is like 18 centimeters to like 26. Let's bake this. Let's move forward with our cream cheese filling. So I have like 227 grams of I have a cashew cream cheese here, but yeah, you can use just a regular cream cheese. And then we need cream, 240 milliliters of cream, and I'm using an oat creamer. Then I have 120 grams of raw cashews. And here I have 1.5 tablespoons of cornstarch and a little bit of salt, just a pinch, not too much. And some maple syrup. If you like it a little bit more zingy, then add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. And I will just mix this until it's completely smooth. Okay, we have our 3 things together. So here I have the crust, here we have the jam, and here we have the cream cheese filling. But the crust is just coming out of the oven, so this is way too hot to do anything with it. And our jam also has still like 51 degrees Celsius. So well, still way too hot. So this needs to cool down to at least like below 35 degrees Celsius. and then we can start piping it into our chocolate bonbons. And with the rest of it, because I will have way too much of the jam, the filling, and the crust, I will actually make the cheesecake. So yeah, in the end I will have both. I will have the bonbons and I will have the cheesecake. So yeah, two things to look forward to. So I'm excited about that. Now I am, how much? Let's do this. Oh, I think that won't work what I want to do, because this is super crumbly. Like in my head I thought, oh, I could easily like take a piece of the crust and then form it into like a round shape and then place it on top of the jam and a cream cheese filling in my chocolate bonbons. Obviously this is not going to work, so we're crumbling it on top. That's fine too. So now I'm just scooping it out. And now I will set this aside. And here I have my chocolate shells that I've already prepared. Yeah, just using dark chocolate here. And now I will start piping. Let's get a little bit closer. There you go. So I'm starting with the jam and I'm using a pretty small tip. Focus. Because yeah, the jam is still pretty liquid. It will firm up a little bit once it's in the refrigerator and everything sets. Now I will pipe in the cheesecake filling. Oh, and I'm using a larger tip simply because yeah, it is thicker than the jam. Let's see, give it a good shake. So yeah, this is super crumbly, so there is no way I can form anything. So I will just try to put it on top. And it's more like a crumble than anything else. I think you can do the whole recipe also without like this base here. But it's really nice to have something crunchy and like something in a different texture. Because you have the jam that is, well, soft. You have the cheesecake filling that is very, very soft. And I think it's just nice to have something that is not soft and just gives a little bit of a different texture in your bonbon. And maybe one or two words about shelf life, because I've got a couple of questions about it in the last couple of weeks. So those will not have a long shelf life. I mean, you cooked your fruit, which is probably the main causing factor for spoilage here. But you still have the cream, so I would say the shelf life here is no longer than a week or so. Okay, we're done with the filling, with the piping. Now I will let those set for maybe like 20-30 minutes until I have tempered my chocolate, and then I will add the last layer, and then yeah, I can show you the end result. Whoops. Okay. Alright, let's cut one open and see how it looks inside. They've been only in the fridge for, about an hour or two, so I'm expecting that the filling, yeah, it's a little bit liquid, but doesn't look too bad. This tastes really, really good. I think maybe a little bit more sweetness in the jam would have been nice, but this tastes really, really good. Give those a try. Almost forgot that we still have some work to do here. Let's see. I built this barrier, but now I will just add the remaining crumbs back again. So you really do not need a lot of filling. And that's why it makes sense, if you only want to do like one mold, also plan to make a cake as well. And before you eat this cake, you really want to make sure that it sits overnight in your fridge, because this all needs to set, because it's pretty liquidy. Now I'm trying to make some swirls, but I don't know how. Well, I know I do it with a fork. I've seen prettier things in my life. That's why I'm sticking to chocolate and not to cake. Now we have a cake and let it set overnight. Thank you so much for watching my video. As always, I hope you liked it. Yeah, hit the subscribe button, follow me on Instagram at chocolatesphere, and what else? Yeah, if you have questions, you can leave them down in the comments below, and have a great day. Bye.